post-match pint after Liverpool 2, Napoli 0. I've got Cameron and I've got Steve Graves. Steve, first and foremost, proper game of football. Two good sides. They're a really good side, a really, really good side. And all the way through, it felt like a lot was at stake, a lot was going on. I think we played really well. I think they played really well. Just a really good game, first and foremost. Far better than you'd think for an, in inverted commas, dead rubber.
Yeah, I think a lot of us probably felt on the way to the ground. You know, what's this going to be? What's this going to turn out to be?
Almost what's the point?
What's the upside? And today we got loads of upsides, which is great. It was a really good game. It showed A, that Napoli are one of the top sides in Europe, and B, that Liverpool are too. And they can more than live with really good teams playing really good football, which is really handy in this competition.
Yeah.
We'll work out the rest as we go along. But for now, Liverpool have shown we're not, it doesn't feel to me like Liverpool are just going to meekly go out in the next round and we're all going to be really sad. That could happen, but right now it feels like Liverpool can match anyone. We've seen that in this competition, we've seen that in the league, that when Liverpool have faced really, really good opposition, particularly at Anfield, they've shown they've got more than enough to not just live with them, but to impose themselves on them, to find the moments in games where they can find those little things. You can't expect against a team like Napoli that you're going to blow them away in the way that you can with lesser teams. They were really, really good. They're used to winning games. You can
first
see
defeat of the season.
It's
literally the first defeat of the season.
And not least the fact that they absolutely battered us at their place. They came in with real confidence, and Liverpool drew the sting, neutered them throughout the game really, and then were able to impose themselves later on in the game, make chances and have the better chances and take them.
They're a funny side at the minute, Cam. These are heads of ours. But for me today, I'm just sort of left going. First and foremost, it looked like a proper football team. 1, 2, it looked like a proper shape. Helps massively. Felt like serious progress. 3, felt as though they had a plan to how they were going to, if not win the battles all over the pitch, not lose them. Do you know what I mean? Like, for instance, the left wing is obviously tremendous, and he gives Trent a torrid time. But at no point does it feel terminal. Trent, people help him up, they help him out, they back him up. He does all right when he has to. He hangs on to him. You know what I mean? Like this, and then Alexander-Arnold plays his football at times in the game as well, and stuff like that, which has just been lacking. And we got to see a big bowl of it tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It just kind of felt like going back to the old days of them bold European performances, where you just had the plan, set it out, and just go from there. Go from that. Really, I thought their disallowed goal opened the game up a lot more. For when the crowds made the crowds react. But it made the players react, which makes you think in a last 16 game, anything can happen if the crowd's behind you, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was just back to basics. Fabinho was a lot better than what he's been the last couple of weeks. And yeah, it was just, we might have needed it. Everyone's saying, dead rubber, there's not meaning, just put the kids out. But we might have just needed a game like that against a really, really good side. That just takes it back to basics.
Yeah, you get a bit of both. I mean, he's able to just, to ease a couple of players in, give them a go. I think Elliott does really well when he comes on as well. But yeah, it's just showing Liverpool a template for this is how we can perform at our best where we are right now. And if sometimes that's not going to be good enough, if sometimes we're going to still lose games in the league, then so be it. But we are giving ourselves the best chance at the minute by setting up in a shape that we're all comfortable with, that suits the team collectively, even if it's not necessarily the best position for each individual player that you're able to field. Because that's where you are when you do lose 2 forwards to injury. You're going to have to make some of those compromises. But Liverpool, I think, just really balanced everything well. And what you said, Neil, they backed each other up today. Time and again, I think you've seen players make mistakes, make individual mistakes, but no one react. A, think what's the worst that could happen here, and B, get to the scene of the crime and help them out. Fabinho, Thiago, both, they helped each other out at times. Yeah. Simica, I thought every player was switched on to the possibility that another one could struggle, and we're there, and they
use the word compromise, Steve, and that to me is something that I think's perhaps been missing a little bit this season at times, but compromising minute by minute. They're not great for the first 20, I want to be crystal clear about that. They look nervous, but they compromise the idea that they're nervous in terms of, well, what we're not going to be is daft. Yeah. We can be nervous, but we're not going to be daft, and therefore they aren't daft. And then as the game sort of wears on, there's compromises in things like, for instance, and I think he has a good game, Curtis Jones, left wing, left forward, is a compromise, but Curtis makes it work. The lads around him make it work. There's loads of little bits all the way through the game where it's not perfect, but it's football. It's never always going to be. And they do that bit so much better today than I think they've done all season. Like, I don't think they play as well tonight as they did against Manchester City, in a way. But they cope tonight when it's not right. They get through long periods of coping, compromising, getting the other side, and then they get the rewards.
YouTube, press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.